Yo, Big Malone. Daniel, what's up, dudes? Just organizing some swim jigs here that I have out on my desk. Kyle, I think I did end up. I did yank on a few bass. I was. I ended up finding it was really tough. Had a neap tide, and it was cold, which cold really doesn't seem to affect these fish um, terribly. Tide was probably more important. Um, it was really, really where we were, at least where we were trying to fish, was painfully tough. Um, we went to the first place. We should have known then. We made a we made a lap in a pretty good area, and no bites, no sign of life, no nothing. Um, no, water was clear, but it was uh, it was just one of those goofy days. Wind was blowing, it was cold, uh, tide wasn't moving. Um, but we ran around, tried some shit early in the day. Hell, I don't. I think we had one fish at like 11 o'clock, and then made a change that made a big difference. Um, we were fishing pretty shallow areas to begin with, and it was seemingly barren. And then we just started fishing stretches that were deep. I mean, it's as dumb as it sounds. Like the boat sitting in 7 foot, don't get any bites. Boat sitting in 8 foot, don't get any bites. Boat sitting in 4 foot, you don't get any bites. Boat sits in 14 feet, 18 feet, right up on the bank. Like the fish are in the same place that they should be. Um, they just wanted that deep water bomb. Um, or I don't know if it was. I don't know if those shallower, and it's not. I mean, 8 foot's not really that shallow, but I don't know if those shallower fish just weren't jiving, or if the sun and everything was pushing those fish out of that deep water to slide up on the bank a little closer. I don't. Who knows? But that's the ones that were biting. Um, but I did. I threw a lot of crankbaits. That was the goal, was to go out there and try and try and crank. Um, Started off throwing. They were on wood for the most part. I mean, um, and so um, we fished a bunch of grass and couldn't get any kind of grass bite. Um, but the I'm trying to think of what all baits we went through. Like my buddy Keith, he went through every crankbait on the planet, and he threw a bunch. He threw a shad wrap. Couldn't get bit on a shad wrap. I'll show you what outfished a shad wrap in the wintertime. Um, and DT6, outfished DT6. Um, I'm trying to think of any of the other KVD 1.5, smoked it. Uh, what else? What else? I'm trying to think what else I threw. I was trying to throw some like square bill stuff, and I don't think it was getting deep enough. Um, so I decided hmm, after a long day of not getting any bites cranking, I said, you know what? It's time. It's time to pull out the weapon. Big Malone, shockingly, once we first got started, and I could tell um, that it was going to be kind of weird. Like I threw a spinnerbait for a little while, threw a chatterbait for a little while, and I could tell pretty quick that that wasn't going to go down. So I actually tied on a. I'll show you. Somewhere in here. There it is. It's still tied on. I Nico rigged a Prodigy stick bait. I'll show you the package. That one. Tied that on. And I was like, dude, if these things are goofy, this should certainly get a bite. But I never had one peck on anything like slow. I pitched the little jig around a bunch. No jig peckers. No no little weenie worm Nico rig peckers. Nothing. So I even threw a floating worm for a little while. I mean, it was way too big, but it was like an 11-inch floating worm, and where we were fishing was not like 6-pounder territory. So I said, you know what? Let's just see if I can get. Let's see if I can just find a bait and just generate some bites. And I was throwing a like the spinnerbait I was throwing wasn't big at all either. It was small, so it was probably a quarter ounce, little bitty like number 2 blades, Colorados, but couldn't get bit on that either. So I said, all right, I'll just go with what I know, and I painted this uh, last year for myself. Uh, it's a ghost hot chocolate. Got some little teefies on it. But ended up catching them pretty damn good on this thing. Um, to salvage the day. But I did find that I have a bad my guide up top. My tip has a crack in the insert. But because I kept feeling my line being frayed, and I was like, I'm not running down trees bad enough that I should be fraying my line. I started feeling around on my tip. I'm sure as shit I got a damn cracked guide, probably from jamming my pole, sliding my pole down the line. But uh, deep Norman Deep ABN. Uh, Damn, this is a little teeny guide. Let's see if I can get this thing off. I need a light tray. Maybe get something I can grab it with. These will work, I guess. All right, let's see if I can get this thing off. Marty, Academy has black super chunks. Is it the regular or the junior? Burns, we caught a few. You're gonna be pissed because I didn't catch them on a wood bait. I caught them on a plastic bait because I didn't have anything small enough. I didn't have anything wood small enough. For for these little weenie bass. Ow, damn, that's hot. I know. I know. I had to do it with plastic. Unfortunately, I had to do the job with plastic. This feels broken. It is broken. Well, that's not cool. My damn favorite rod is a broken eye. I believe this is broken. There comes the glue. I hope it's not broken. We'll see. Oh, it is broken. Damn. Well, so much for that. I guess I'll just strip this whole thing and put a new tip on it. Lose a half an inch, no problem. But where's my knife? There it is. Get this thread off. Dude, this is sucky. This is sucky. Yeah, there's the damage doer. Oh, but anyway, so we were talking about crankbaits, and the guy I was with, Keith, his son Huntley was fishing with us, and he reached down there to grab a 1.5 DD Lucky Craft, and Keith was like, "Don't throw that." And he's like, "Why?" And he's like, "Because they don't make them anymore." He's like, "It's a waste." He's like, "You don't like today's not the day to lose that." And I was like, "Dude, they quit making 1.5 DDs." And I looked online, and I think you could maybe find some of the rattling ones, but I didn't see any of the silver ones. Brennan, this is a Powell 723 diesel. My favorite cranking pole. I hope I got a tip that'll fit this thing. Should. I got smart back in the day because I kept. Yeah, the blanks are good. That's what I told him. I was like, I'll just get you some 1.5 blanks and just paint those for you. But I found that really hard to believe that Lucky Craft would let that one go. And then bring out a chatterbait bladed wake bait. Idiots. All right, let's see here. Yes, that's the combo. 723, medium heavy, extra fast action. And it's not really medium heavy, extra fast. It kind of is, but it's kind of not. Um, it's just awesome. It's the best to me. It's the best cranking bait rod there is, because it's spongy, but the thing's got a damn backbone to it. Um, you know what's interesting about this rod? It was indeed made for me. Because if you read here on the in the fine print, it says 7'2", medium heavy, extra fast action, 12 to 25 pound mono. It mentions mono as being what's recommended for that. Um, but Lucky Craft discontinuing the 1.5 DD, which is probably, you could argue, is maybe a better fish catcher than the 1.5 square bill. You and me both, hella. If I lose half an inch, I ain't got nothing. Um, two 1.5 DDs like new. Ooh, want to make a deal, hella? Um, AJ, it is a phenomenal blank. I would say of all of them out there, that one is a certainly the shining star. Um, it catches them real good. Uh, Hayden, I figured those would. Glad they made it safely. I figured those would do you good and size wise for where you're poking around over there in Arkansas. Um, but I don't know what Lucky Craft's problem is. Like they literally take their most fish catching bait and discontinue it. So pretty stupid if you ask me. Pretty stupid, but maybe they are trying to. But I mean, if they're not selling them, then what good does it do anyway? So I can't say they're stupid if they just discontinue a bait that doesn't sell. But I would think that would sell good enough, um, that bait would sell better than a lot of shit they sell. But maybe that's what it is, AJ. Maybe they just, I don't know, dude. It catches them, always has. Um, but oh, I got two chips in my guide. Go in the trash. I'll keep it so I can know what size it is. But I sold a fair amount of them, AJ. Not a ton, but fair amount. People just like square bills. I mean, I can tell you, I can tell people till the cows come home. This is the best medium running crankbait you'll ever throw. Sell two. Um, but a 1.5 DD is great bait. Uh, Marty, you are correct. People are scared of any amount of depth, which is not the thing about it. Is like the investment in like a 1.5 painted for me is not huge. It's cheaper than an actual Lucky Craft um, for like standard paint designs. Because I looked them up and like even like the shitty American ones are like 17, 18 bucks. Um, like old Lucky Craft prices. And but I don't know. Maybe people just don't like that bait. I don't know. It's weird. It's a great, great bait. I typically don't. Trying to think. Where is it? Where are they? There they are. There's one of them. This is from my very early painting days when I used to put my shad dots way far back for whatever reason. Uh, But dude, this son of a bitch caught so many damn fish, it would scare you. And they run like, I literally don't think there's any difference in this bait and like a regular 1.5 DD from Lucky Craft. I don't think you will see any amount of lack of fish catching. You know what I mean? Um, it's not going to cost you bites. You know what I mean? Like it does exactly the same thing that it's supposed to do. But the 1.5 DD, have a bunch of those. Ooh, that was smart, AJ. I've still got some around here somewhere. Let's see. Let's see if they're in this box. There's an Atlas with no bill because I robbed the bill out of it and put it in something else. Here's some factory lure Jensen's. Here's one of Brian's jerk baits, whatever that thing's called. Oh, here's a 2.5 DD. That's a good one too. That's the good plastic. So let me turn that off. Motion at the driveway. Where's my 1.5? Oh, what am I doing with this? Wake shad. People love these things too. This one feels a little. Oh, no wonder. No wonder it felt weird. The body's not glued together. Well, that thing's not going to work. Well, that's a piece of junk. Don't buy these. Later, hell. Let's see here. I don't know where my 1.5s went. Not much in that box. They're around here somewhere. What is all this junk? No clue. Just what I said, junk. I know what this is. I got deceived on this stuff. I bought these online thinking that I would finish them. And it was like, how many baits is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So it's like, it was probably 25 baits, wood baits that I bought. And somebody had started them, but they never finished them. And I saw them and I was like, you know what? I'll buy those and I'll finish them. No problem. And then I'll have 25, cheap crankbaits. And I forget what I paid for them. Wasn't much. But it was worth me not having to carve bodies and stick ballast in them and all that kind of shit and cut bill slots. So thought, if I'm in these for handful of dollars to build or to start from, I'm okay. And in the picture, they looked pretty good until they showed up at my house, and I started looking at them, and I started analyzing them, and I said, These things are pieces of shit. Like, I don't know what they were sealed in, Burns, but it was almost like it was some sort of like polyurethane sanding sealer combination of goo that was really shittily done, and they had like pits and ripples in them, and they just looked like ass. And I was like, okay, like this is a waste of time. And some of them were done with epoxy, but the epoxy work was shitty. Um, and yeah, so I tried to salvage some of them and like build up enough of a coat on them that they looked like something fishable, but they still don't look great. This is like a Little John knockoff. I guess a Mutt knockoff, but it looks more like a Little John. But I don't know. They were atrocious. So they're just been sitting here. I'm probably never going to do anything with them because they're ugly as shit. Um, Damn, not the Burns quality you've come to love. No, I should have known better, but I couldn't resist myself. Um, they are balsam, Morgan, but the person obviously didn't know how to properly seal a bait to where you don't get burns. I know who built them, and I'll tell you privately. Right now. Um, but no, I don't want to. I don't want to drop his name because if because he didn't sell me these, or I don't even remember. I don't think I bought them from the guy who built them. Um, so I didn't. I didn't. He didn't put them out there as like you know baits as a representation of his work. Obviously, they were just floating around out there on the dud market, and yeah, they're they're real poopy. They just it was the sealer on them, dude. The seal coat on them was some weird combination of like lumpy shit. A bunch of them had runs in them that I tried to sand off, and like I think what I used to do back in the day was when I would have extra clear coat in my cup, I would just have these sitting in the damn paint room, and I would just like blast them with clear coat and hopefully try and like build up enough that it would like look like something. But yeah, they're bad. Um, like these already had the bills in them, and I'm sure they'll run. I don't know, Burns. Like they did, like half of them like this one, like they just look real. You can't probably see. Like y'all are looking at right now, y'all are like, oh, this is always that looks pretty good. They do from this angle or in a picture when you can't look down them. But when you look down them, this thing's got like it's got like a big fat run right here on the bill slot, to where he cut the bill slot and then dipped them in some sort of goobers to like seal the bait up, and it ran out of the bill slot and puddled right there on the corner of the bill. And they've got like trash in the clear coat. They just look like shit, dude. So they're just dirty. Um, so I've kind of just let these things sit here. But Morgan, they are they are they are they are wood, balsa wood. So they're not completely worthless. If you don't mind Brennan, some of them have rattles in it. The one I just held up did not. Um, that was from where it would lived on a CNC. That hole you saw. I mean, they're not terrible looking baits. They're just ugly. Like I could probably sand this one up again, and maybe put some more build on it, and make it a little bit presentable. Maybe, but you can still see like ripples in the wood and shit. Um, this is Brennan. That's also from me trying to add clear coat to them to trying to build them up to look decent. Um, I think that was the problem, Burns, is that he was trying to use sanding sealer as a build coat and dipped it so many times that it like built up a little crust, but it was kind of it was still gooey. Like it wasn't soft, but you could like sanding sealer is not, it doesn't get hard. You know what I mean? It's not like a clear coat or an epoxy or any kind of, you know, build coat. It's a sealer. So I think it was too much of that to try and make like a weird build coat out of it. I don't know, dude. But they felt kind of gummy. Um, so yeah, I don't like you can still feel like digging on this one. Like it's kind of hard, but it's still soft. Like this one. I guess he tried to use epoxy on or something. No, something he dipped. I don't know what it was, but it's got a big run on it. So I mean, these would be good like practice baits or like dicking around baits. Um, but the more I rubbed on them, the more I realized you could have just started from scratch and had a better bait. Like it's not worth continually trying to rub on them and like make it, you know, polish this turd. I finally realized this is a turd. You lost your ass. Leave them alone as I sand them to try and salvage them. So yeah, that's that. I mean, part of me, and the thing about it is like the body shapes aren't even that appealing. I don't know what I was thinking, dude. I think I got tricked. Maybe I'd been drinking. I don't know. I would hope that I was under the influence or something. Brennan, you ain't looking enough, bro. If you think that epoxy is not used on a balsa crankbait, how do you think guys foil baits? There's been so many balsa crankbaits foiled, epoxied, foiled, or epoxy, foiled, and then epoxied again. What's Kyle saying? There's been infinite amounts of that done. I mean, there's no difference in if you dip a bait in some sort of MCU for your build coat and it gets, however mil thick, and you put an epoxy coat on it that's the same thickness. Like, it's all the same. Because the thing with foiling especially is that if you use epoxy, if you use a dip, whatever you use, you still are using it as a build to get over your foil seams. So it doesn't matter which way you go about getting there. The overall goal is to hide the seams. So if you do it quicker with epoxy and you just brush it on and you get over the seams, you're good. If you dip it 47 times in some sort of clear goo to hide your seams, you've still got the same amount of material. However, which way, if you want to spray clear coat on there 3,000 times to get enough build to cover your seams, all you're doing is covering seams. How do they get the patterns in foil? There's a couple of ways, John. It depends on which pattern you're talking about. I can tell you how to get most any of them. Yeah, epoxy's just quick. You don't have to wait. You don't have weird times. Like, you don't have to deal with windows of time when you have to dip the next coat and let it sit, and then dry times and all that kind of stuff. Brian, what's up, dude? Are you talking about, John, like the really detailed ones that would, like, you could put your name in, or the diamonds, or like the fancier that come from machine plates? Either that, or I know another way. Maybe we'll save that, Burns, for the Patreon when we're talking about building balsa. I'll tell the expert way. But yeah, it's pretty much getting a plate stamped. That's basically what you're doing. You're taking a stamp, cutting your foil out, pushing it down, makes the impression. That's the cheap and easy way. It's not cheap, but it's easier. With the CNC machines have changed all that, or 3D printers, or whatever you want to use. Back in the old days, it was just whatever you could find to make an impression. I'm looking for my driver's license from when I was look at that dude. 16-year-old me. No, I was probably 18. This is in 2002. I was 18. Looks like a mug shot. No, you want to see a mug shot? Look at my pistol permit. Oh, this one's bad. I don't know if I need to show these numbers. Oh, like a damn convict. That was from 2016. Let's see here. This one looks like a mugshot for real. It's all dicked up. Definitely looks like I went out and got hammered and got some sort of public intox. But just a Mobile County Sheriff pistol permit. International arms dealer. White collar crime. John Smith, yes, it is much cheaper. Dude, people can think of anything. Like, you can get anything done on a damn 3D printer now. But it's kind of lame because you can't really tell what's real anymore. You know what I mean? Like, if I took, like, if I was the world's best embosser and I set a piece of foil at my desk and I sat there with a little tool like this and I like drew out all these little intricate scales and designs on my foil and stuck it on the bait and posted it on the internet, people would say, "Oh, cool. That looks nice." When I did all that shit by hand, just for example. But the same guy could sit at his 3D printer and go a couple clicks here and there, dick around a little while, hit print himself a stamp, and then walk out on his bait and go. Ding. So, to the world of fishing enthusiasts, lure enthusiasts, they would see that and say, "This guy's looks better," or "That's just as cool as the one TK did." No, in fact, it's not. But to the eye, you can get the same result just by having a stamp made as a guy that's over in Japan carving out every individual scale. Like, it's not the same, but to the general population's eyeball, it is. Um, so I think it takes away some of the credence to some of the guys that are really purists that want to, you know, go to that extreme and have that kind of talent. Anybody can have that amount of talent now, is what I'm getting at, as far as the internet is concerned. And then some dickhead copies it, yeah, pretty much. A mini CNC for cutting lips. The only thing about cutting lips is that you need, if you're cutting a circuit board, you have to have a exhaust system for it so you don't breathe that shit in because it'll kill you. The dust from the circuit board material is highly toxic and you will be tapped out. So don't do dumb shit. Yeah, I would hire that shit out so you don't have to deal with exhausting the fumes. Just pay somebody to do it. I mean, it would be probably decent for. It would be more fun to be able to like But if you're prototyping a lip, like you can just cut it out because you're not going to be doing that many of them anyway. So I mean, I would say just hand cut your lips like you're doing, and or however you're doing them, buying them. If you want to change one, change it up, cut one out, and then you find one you like, then send it to somebody and let them do it. That's the easiest way to do. Anything you cannot do yourself that's reasonably affordable, like something like that is reasonably affordable. Um, like if you're thinking about if you take the money you could spend on a CNC or the money you'd pay to have somebody cut your lips, I think it's probably worth just having somebody cut your lips. Um, John, I don't know. They ripped my paint jobs off, so I have a sour taste in my mouth for them. Ken is very friendly with me, I guess for good reason, because he stole my paint jobs, dickhead. Um, but I don't know. I always thought they were plastic, and then somebody's like, "No, dude, those things are balsa." It's like, how is that even? They don't even look wood. Um, yeah, John, he hijacked this one. That one, if you notice this one on in their color catalog, that one got hijacked, and then there was another one. Um, there was another one that was like a. If you go back on my Instagram to when I posted this one, there was another wood grain Marty bait that I posted that was kind of yellowy with like silver scales on it. Um, that had wood grain, and if you look at the 10 feet under color catalog, these two were posted within like a day of each other or so, like a couple days of each other, and then they both got hijacked. So I'm assuming that these pictures got posted or they got hijacked simultaneously because I believe the wood grain one that I did, the 10 feet under version, does have wood grain too. So it's like an exact knockoff. Uh, you see those two colors. It was a shed and a crawl. Um, but I kind of want to order. I was really impressed actually with the crawl because it actually looked really good. I thought they did a good job. Um, I'll show you the picture. I'll pull it up just so we can all be clear here. And I posted that, and then some months later, out comes that crankbait. So I'm assuming they got the bait designed, they got it all worked out, and it was time for colors. They said, "Send us what colors you want." He said, "These, and these." How long ago was that? That was back when I was in Austin. But I didn't really get mad at Ken. Like it pissed me off at first, but I wasn't like, "You dipshit." I mean, I was, but it didn't linger very long. Um, that one looked familiar. Like they literally have a bait that looks just like that. Um, and then you scroll up a little bit, and you get that one. Ken. seeing who liked it. So, yeah, those two got plucked. I'm offended by machine cut bodies. Yeah, it's kind of the same principle, Burns. Like you sit there and carve, like you have the skill set to meticulously cut baits and shape baits by hand in a very consistent machine-like way. But then you can take a machine, stick the bait in there, and it cuts it for you. Like I guess gone are the days of having to learn like how to actually do stuff with your hands. That's not keyboard related. Um, Kyle, that's the exact way that shit like this happens. That's what I was talking about, like with AJ and those dipshits. You know who they are that ripped his paint job off. Like AJ, if he wants to get a production model crankbait, if he wants his own wiggle wart, AJ goes to the trouble of spending the thousands and thousands of dollars to have a mold made and his bait produced. And then they say, AJ, what colors would you like? And he says, let's do my Nebraska crawl. And then AJ puts it out in the world and everybody says, oh, that looks just like you know whose bait. So, no, no, no. But you can't be in every catalog. You can't be in every store. You can't be at every place on earth that sells the ripoff bait and say, "Hey, they didn't actually do this. They stole this from me. Here's my bait over here that has my original work on it that I designed." Uh, they're shitheads. That is my creation. So they get credit for it because the most people see it from them, and it's bullshit. But I'll take my platform to stomp their name in the mud anytime again. Can you patent color patterns? No, you cannot, unfortunately. You just have to bend over and take it. You just have to bend over and let them ream you. Um, but I second Mike at Lunar Cuts. Good dude, quality bills. Uh, hook file and thread. That's all it is. Everybody's out for a quick buck. They don't care. They think all the shit that we post on the internet is free for anybody that wants to use it that has the resources to. Because we're little guys, we don't mean anything. We are basically just painting all this shit and doing all this shit and designing shit just for people to steal and use on a larger scale. That's all it is because there's no repercussions for it. What's going to happen? Nobody's going to know it's us. They're monsters. They have big followings. They put it out. They look like the golden gods when they're just worms, degenerate piece of shit companies that can't think for themselves or hire a staff that has any amount of creativity that can design shit without just getting on the internet. Um, so that's right. Big money manufacturers get the money and the credit. I don't care about the money as much as the credit, which credit would come probably with money. If they wanted to give you credit, they would give you money for your designs. But any of the big, and I've been approached by some damn monster companies uh, to do color lines for them. And you know what they want to pay you? $15 a bait. That's it. They just want you to paint baits for them as if they're a customer, or $20 or whatever. They're like, oh, you charge $25 a bait? Okay. Well, we want you to paint our color line. and we want you to design the colors, and we'll pay you 25 whole dollars per color, and we're going to give you 10 colors to choose from. It's like, oh no shit, $250 to create your whole lineup that would literally make the entire lineup. Like the success of the lineup would completely be pretty much on the color palette. Sure, that's 200. That's worth $250. Uh, would I patent any of them? Sure, I'd patent every one I could. Carve one out of mammoth tusk. Seeing some dude on Joe Rogan saying he has a metric fuck ton of mammoth tusks for sale. What do you do with those? Oh, what is this a guide off of? Oh, this one's broken. Why do I have broken shit? I guess if you get in a bind. Where's the one I took off? Here it is. Oh wow, it's little, dude. It is little. That one's big. That one's big. That one's big. That one's huge. This one's teeny. This one might work. That one might work. We'll try this one. No, they're cheap, Kyle. That would fit. It's a little loosey goosey. It's not. It doesn't match, but it should be fine. Too cheap. Not enough skin. Not enough meat on the bone, as they say, to ever want to pay somebody for what they're worth. Um, let's see how this. Whoa, that one's real small. That one's for like a fly rod or something. Let's see how this one fits. If it does at all. No, I don't think that one's going to fit. I think it's too teeny, as the bean would say. Too teeny. Let's try this one. This one might fit. No, too teeny too. If my rod wouldn't have broken, that would probably fit fine. So let's go. I think this one is the one. Yeah. All right. Travis was talking about going and trying to find those tusks. Oh, I must have missed that one. I have felt with the same thing being a private contractor as a personal trainer, doing my own private boot camps, and then the next month the business took my model, applied their name to it, and called it their new class. Yeah, it's pretty embarrassing. And the thing about it that's sad is if they have the marketing budget, they put it out there and everybody says, oh my God, this is such a great concept. They are so smart and they are so forward thinking. I would like to support them because it sounds so awesome. And then somebody happens to drive by your gym and they look and they see the same class and they're like, ugh, look at Anthony. He's just trying to like suckle off a Planet Fitness. It's like, no, dude. They're the weasels. They're the weasels. Like I said, you can't be in everybody's damn car saying, no, I'm the smart one. They're the shitheads. All right. Let's see if I can get some little chunks. I don't know the appropriate way to do this, but I do it this way. It's probably not the right way, but I have this little glue stick, and I take these little chunks of this glue and I stick them down in the guide, like in the hole of the tip, and it just makes the whole process, to me, a little more durable with the glue, because I know for a fact that it's got lots of glue in the hole. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like when you just put it on the damn rod tip and smash it in there, I don't get as good of an adhesion or filler. So I'll stick this in this hole, this little piece of glue. I jam it down in the hole. Then I take this other piece and I jam it down in the hole. Then I take this other piece and I jam it down in the hole. And then I've got a whole chunk of goo in here. So I need to heat that up to where it's soft and gooey. Ow, dick. Try not to burn my fingers. There we go. Now we're melting. Ow! All right. Close enough. I guess I need to get my thread and epoxy out. Let that cool down. Put this back through. Okay, let that sit up. This one's really tiny. What's funny is I used to save these guides in their little individual packages that came from Mudhole. And I've had them so long that all of the numbers as to what the size of the tip is like they're all gone. Like, I don't even know what size they are anymore. So I don't even know what to reorder. You can typically call Powell and they'll tell you what guides they use on what specific eye. But I should just order. That's the one thing that really, really tweaks me off about Mudhole. Shout out Mudhole for being dipshits on shipping rod eyelets. Like, if you need an eye for your rod that's specific to that rod, you buy a nice one and it costs you a couple bucks. Then you get in your cart. I'm going to order my rod tip from Mudhole. Checkout time. Shipping $14.99. So, dude, I just want a guide. Like, I literally just want one, like, 2-gram guide. Put it in a damn, like you could ship it in a manila letter envelope and it would cost 50 cents. But they want to hose you and force you to, I guess, to, like, that's the only reason I had tons of guides was because I tried to order guides for my rods, and they wanted so much for shipping that I said I'm forced to just buy a bunch to make it worth the shipping cost. But not everybody needs to do that. Like if you want to buy one guide, just like have like a deal for people that they can buy one guide for 50-cent shipping or $1 shipping or something. Even $2, $3, like whatever. But their shipping is absurd. Uh, who are we talking about? Marty, you should check out Kyle Royal knife handle builds out of ivory if you haven't seen it. Uh, I followed him since his master test. Uh, have you used a Helvey knife before? Him and his dad build some really bad. Brendan, tune in Saturday and we can see what knife Burns uses. He's a dork, but man, can he build! Wow. Interesting. I don't watch knife builders. I'm not much into knives. Um, a Damascus carving knife, but I'm scared to ask the price. From him? I forget that Burns that you use a knife a lot, so you're into blades. Where's the dude that used to get on these live streams and promote his knife page? Who was that guy? He was probably on the gram somewhere. Daniel makes knives. Nah, Rich, you can sign up right now. Should be that somebody said that didn't work. Let me get the real link. Let me get the real link. Share. Come on. Copy link. Link copied. All right. What is this? Let me try this. There you go. That's how they get you. But I would order probably way more as I needed it than them forcing me into like big orders because I literally haven't ordered again. Like if I could order, here's the difference is that I would rather use a shittier broken tip. Like if I've got one that's got the little arm bent broke off of it and it's a tip, I would rather use that one with the broken little piece of wire on the tip. I would rather reuse it than I would order the appropriate guide tip. But if they would just sell me a single tip that's the right one, I would have ordered one yesterday. But I won't. So even though I have like that tip isn't the right tip. It doesn't match. It's the insert's way bigger. Um, would I rather have the exact tip? Sure. Would I order it if their shipping weren't $10 for one tip? I would. But because it's not, they don't get my tip business, which they probably don't care. But I think over time, with everybody that is pissed off about their shipping, they'll probably sell a lot more tips. I don't know. Uh, Morgan, sorry you got spammed from a being on my live stream. Who remember those late night infomercials all about knives and shit? I think it was called Knife Corner or something. Oh, those were awesome. And they would put them on there and they would like spin. They did used to do those knife party things. Um, dude, those were cool. What happened to those? They were kind of on the same level as the the exotic gemstones. Did you ever see the QVC for gemstones? They're like, oh, we have this beautiful 4 carat, you know, tanzanite jewel. We only have a limited quantity, and they retail for $7,000, but they're on sale tonight for $43.99. Get yours because there's not. Yeah, I don't know if you've heard, but the tannerite or whatever it is, tanzanite mines are all closing up. So the value of this tanzanite is going to go through the roof in a couple years. So this is a really good investment. It's You're only paying $43 today, but in 2 years it could be worth more than gold. It's like, nah, bro. But they used to hawk all them jewels all the time. I don't see them hawking shit on late night shows anymore. I guess I don't stay up late enough, or I don't have cable. So if they don't hawk it on 3, 5, 10, 11, 15, 44, or 52, I don't see it. Or YouTube. They send you cheap colored glass. Yeah, they send you a fucking marble. You're like, whoa, thanks, thanks. Just paid $15 shipping for your epoxy order. I guarantee you they made $12 off of your shipping. They got their own channel, 24 hours trying to sell BS. Is that separate from QVC? Like, do they have a channel that's just open for anybody wanting to sell something that you can like come on there and pay for a time slot? That would be kind of cool. Like it's open to anybody. But I guess you would have to live where their studio is, or you would have to set up your own studio, and then they could like broadcast you in. I don't know. I just been on an hour, Jeremy. Just a little hour. Carolina tackle was 9 something for first class. I don't know. Uh, Jeremy, I was just we went through the bait report from yesterday, and we did a recap. I was I was scared my bait was going to get destroyed because I caught a pretty nice chain pickerel, and it was like in his gullet, dude. And he was sitting there going, like every time I'd like open his mouth to like try and get the bait out, he would like just chomp down on it. And I was like, please stop. And he left some little prickly marks on it, but I mean, the bait's still in really, really good shape. He didn't do much. I'm happy with the durability of the chain pickerel's teeth gnawing on my Norman like a little piece of bubble gum. It was a good clear coat test. He did good. I mean, it doesn't even have any. It doesn't even have. You can see a little scarring up there at the top. You see right here by the shad dot. This is where he bit it. There's a little. You can see the little marks, and then on this side, you can see a few little marks. But durability pass. Vince, what's up, dude? Jeremy, that's what I do need those little. I need those little, the little T handle with the little grabber on it, and I could have like popped it out. I don't have one of those. I had to do surgery with a, of course, just like most every other time I've had to extract hooks from a fish. You have to do it with like the shittiest pair of rusty pliers. He used to have a real long set that was like this long, and you could like put him in your hand like this, and just like you could work on the fish from like up here, and like have the fish down here, and you can just sit there and Morgan, Marty baits are too good quality to be on QVC. You have to lower your standards and put them shitty balsa baits. Yeah, that's what these are all one off, not being made anymore. Anyone watch that movie White Noise and see the news about the Ohio train derailment on February 3rd? Crazy how similar they are. John, I haven't. Let me look it up. Brewton, Alabama. I've been getting a blast of spam callers lately, and I don't know why. So this movie came out August 31st, 2022. College professor Jack Gladney and his family's comfortable suburban life is upended when a nearby chemical leak causes the airborne toxic event, releasing a noxious black cloud over the region that forces the Gladney family to evacuate. Um, After a train derailment, Ohio residents are living the plot of a movie they helped make. When Ben Ratner's family signed up in 2021 to be extras in the movie White Noise, they thought it would be fun distraction for their day-to-day life in blue-collar East Palestine, Ohio. Ratner is in a traffic jam scene, sitting in a line of cars, trying to evacuate after a freight train collides with a tanker truck, triggering an explosion that fills the air with dangerous toxins. In another scene, his father wears a trench coat and a hat while people walk across the overpass to get out of town. Directors told the group they wanted them to look forlorn and downtrodden as they escape the environmental disaster. The 2022 movie was shot around Ohio and is based on a novel by Don DeLeo. The book was published in 1985, shortly after a chemical disaster in India that killed 4,000 people. Ratner and his family are living the fiction they helped bring to the screen. Officials ordered them to evacuate their home last week after a Norfolk train carrying 20 cars of hazardous material slid off the rails and caught fire, threatening to explode the national transportation. The first half of the movie is almost exactly what's going on here. In a way, the movie has provided a point of grim humor about the situation facing residents. Pretty odd. Pretty odd. Buy now for $29.99 or 3 easy payments of $9.99. Kyle, I like it when they do buy now for $12.99, or you can do 3 easy installments for $12.99. But they even filmed parts of the movie close to the town where the derailment happened. Pretty wild. EE Soldier Info. Now you're gonna see one of those posts on Facebook. Epic Eric Bass Lab. You know, the tackle warehouse one. Anyone watch the new Stray Cast with Ish on it? Jeremy, I have not. Thanks, Rich. Thanks for signing up. We will be Saturday. We will be juicing with Burns. Um, the Ronco. I'll throw in a free Ronco turkey cooker or whatever those things are. Chicken rotisserie. They used to hawk those things all the time. Um, what did I see? Set it and forget it. Freaking scammers. Why does that shit work, dude? Why does that shit work? Like I can certainly appreciate a good sales pitch, like somebody that's like good at sales. It is certainly worth, you know, commending them on. But like those like cheese dick like infomercials, like they're so bad, but they're so insanely sickeningly effective. It's so dumb. Like why does that work? Like the George Foreman grill. They sit there in 20 minutes convince you I cannot live without this. Yes, I want all the fat to run off my burger. Yes, I want to make grilled cheeses in it. Yes, I want to do, you know, cook my whole meal on a George Foreman grill. Yes, I want that life. I want to get rid of every pot and pan in my house, microwave, oven. I don't need any of that shit anymore after this infomercial. I just need the George Foreman grill. They're effective because they are so dumb you remember, I guess. The ShamWow was a good one. Uh, the newest, I guess, I, the newest fortune being made on infomercials has got to be Flex Seal. Willie Mays Hayes, Billy Mays, he's the Flex Seal guy, right? Yeah, uh, I think Flex Seal is printing printing money. People buy that shit and they don't even need it. Like I just sprayed that shit in my damn, uh, on my windows. Why? Shit, I don't know. Seal them up. My Pillow. That's a good one too. What? Yeah, I mean, I guess that's what people sit around. What do people need that they don't know they need? That is a like universal problem that everybody has, but they don't think that they don't know the answer. What answer can we provide them? John, are you shitting, dude? You literally know Billy Mays, the infomercial man? He lives in your hometown still. He didn't live in Hollywood, up on the hills. He's like a normal dude. Do you see him at the grocery store? Set it. Then they go on his and forget it. The knife one was real big when they would do like the Ginsu knives. They'd be like, "Oh, look what you can do with a tomato." Mays died from booger sugar. Yeah, booger sugar. No, he died, and his brother. Oh, he died. Who's Billy Mays? I know Billy Mays' brother. Oh, excuse me. Billy Mays, the infomercial guy, died. I didn't know that. Does he? Do they talk the same and look the same? Billy Mays. Damn, died in 2009. I guess I thought he was still alive because I see the damn infomercial on every week. He's the OxyClean guy. Who's who's the who's the spray goo guy? Flex Seal. He did Flex Seal too. Okay. I literally did not know he was dead because I see him on the no. Anthony, you're wrong, bro. Who was the original Flex Seal guy? William Darrell Mays Jr. Pitchman. How about that shit? He was the OG. What's the guy that does it now? Phil Swift. Let me see him. Oh, gross. Oh, yeah, I recognize this guy. What a loser. I don't like him. Mind blown. Yeah, it was William William Hayes Mays Jr. The OG. That's why Flex Seal is doing what it's doing. It's not because of damn Phil Swift. It's because damn Billy Mays got the damn wheels spinning real fast. The newest ones have those laser flashlights. Why do I want a flashlight to be a flamethrower? Uh, oh, Schoolmaster Tackle, I did, and I tried to catch. I tried to force some baits and a cranking bite. I even threw a Nika rig. I threw a little like bitsy flip kind of jig. No bites. I couldn't get any of that going. So I just said, you know what? I'm just gonna crank. I'm gonna do what I know. I'm gonna crank, but I'm gonna go with a little weenie bait just to try and get a bite. And I don't think we had. I think we had one fish in the boat at 11, and then from like 11 to 4, we smoked them mainly on this. What the water temperature was, it was 56, I believe, 56, 57, which a month ago it was 62. So it's still creeping down. Um, it'll be back up. I mean, you probably, if it wouldn't have been so windy yesterday, you probably could have caught them on a buzz bait. Like it's warm enough, you could probably caught them on a buzz bait. Um, it was 39.9 on Grand Saturday. Yuck. Um, hey, that's awful. Damn water temp here 40 to 46, 47. Ouch. 40 here and people are out sunbathing. No, it was actually our highs are up in the 60s. It's pretty nice. Pretty nice. Yesterday it was cold because the wind was blowing. Lows are in the low 40s, high 60s. Nice weather. It'd be a good day to be fishing today. Today would be the day. Damn, AJ, are you burning up, bro? 60 whole degrees. Burns, the balsa didn't stay in the box. I actually threw a lot of balsa, but like I said, I didn't have anything that was teeny enough and that dove the right depth. Like I had some stuff that was that would have probably worked, but it would have probably it would have dove too deep. I don't know. That one just and that bait is it was semi-transparent. And the water was super clear, so it just fit the bill. That's my only beef with balsa is they don't make clear balsa. The closest I can get is painting wood grain. If somebody could invent a clear balsa for me, I would be greatly appreciative. Maybe that's what's going to put me on the map. Maybe that's what's going to make Tackle Craft Enterprises the force to be reckoned with in the fishing industry is when I come out with transparent balsa. Chia. That's another good one. I forgot about the chia pet. And they still sell those damn things. Hell, CVS has a whole section for as seen on TV stuff. There's actually some pretty decent stuff in there if you actually look about it. But I guess that's their whole sales pitch is that when you see it, you go, damn, I need that. Damn, that's smart. Um, Brennan, not if I could patent that shit. And then I could blast their ass with lawsuits and then go broke trying to go to court with everybody. And then they get it anyway. About to upgrade from my smaller RT178 to a RT198 with a Ghost trolling motor on it. Ever used the Ghost? No, I hear the Ghosts are great though. I hear the Ghosts are great. Genetic engineered balsa tree. How awesome would that be, dude? Maybe one day. Maybe one day they'll have clear wood. Clear wood. I guess it's called plastic. Um, I'm thinking the spawn is going to be early and fast this year in mass. Crap of hard water season. Hardly had a suitable ice in the higher elevations. Seen where a celebrity chia pet went for a couple $100. Did they own it or was it of them? I've been seeing all kinds of weird stuff on eBay. What about the Beanie Babies? Yeah, I remember. I remember the Beanie Baby craze. I was in probably fifth grade or so, and there was a place up the street called Al's Five and Dime, and Al's Five and Dime used to get a shipment of Beanie Babies, and people would line up at the door to see which Beanie Babies they had, and then they would run in there and be like, "I got the Jerry Garcia doll," and then they like fight outside. I got the Princess Diana. It's worth $16,000, and they like fight over it. That's a good deal. I'll bet on this. Fish flipper. Who are you? Calvin Johnson's working on the clear balsa. Perfect. If anybody can do it, it's Calvin. I love eBay, dude. Marketplace is slowly starting to take over, but I can't find the specific things like on Marketplace on as I do on eBay. Dude, people are nuts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This guy is selling 8 Bagley Balsa B2s. 1, 2, 3. 3 of those 8 have the double line tie, which I would consider the worst Bagley ever made in all of history. Like these baits are basically worth if if he if he would, I mean, 1, 2, 3. I'd give the dude like $25, maybe. Call it 30 for 1, 2, 3, 4 for 5 baits, $6 a piece. That's about what they're worth. The double line ties are basically free just because you're throwing them in the junk. He is asking $98. Insanity. Not worth that. Not worth that. Here's some Killer B2 square bills that are all brass, and there's all of them are brass, and he's asking $80 for 6 of them. Not terrible. If you like a Killer B2, that would be a good deal. Yeah, I don't know. Some of these guys and their prices, they're a little kooky. Cabbage Patch Kids, yeah, those were a big deal. I remember the Tickle Me Elmo doll, dude. That was so much fun, Tyler. When the Tickle Me Elmo was the number one Christmas toy, and people were like fighting and standing in line for hours to get an Elmo doll at like the toy store or Walmart. That shit's gone. And as a parent, I think it would be fun. But now it's like, hey, it's not on Amazon. I can't get it. Sorry. Sorry, I got cart jacked on my Amazon Prime account when I was sitting my ass on my couch Christmas shopping. Like, what about the parents that came before you that would sit out there in the damn snow for a chance to get inside a store, and then they had to fist fight their way to get you a damn Elmo? No respect. One dude had 4 different Hinkle sheds on eBay for $1,250. That's a lot. He probably got best offer, and somebody, he probably does that so he gets best offer, and somebody will offer him 700, and he'll be like, oh, I'll take it, and they think they're getting a deal. Brennan, I saw that. I think that was bullshit because I know who I painted that bait, and there's no way that bait came up for $20. Unless it was stolen, which is certainly possible. But I know which one you're talking about. I can show it to you. Let's look. Let's look, shall we? Where is that picture? Maybe I deleted it. Did have some nice rash on it. The dude had actually hit it pretty hard on something. Oh, there it is. That one. That was my oyster paint job on it. I'm obsessed with eBay. It's an issue. Bought like 20 lures last night. Bob, I know. It's fun. It's fun. Tyler, I'm not a fan because I got them. I got some Brian B's during their prime, and they look like ass. And they weren't appealing to me. They look like shit. But I think his prop baits are good, I guess. But I was never impressed with the Brian's B lineup. I had a box out that probably has a Brian's B in it. No. No. Let's looky for a second. Excuse me. Not in there. Brian's B, where are you? Bomber long A, fat A. Bagley fat cat, no. I need to take these out. I always look in this box and I always see them and I'm like, why are those not being used? 3 old speed traps. I need to actually paint some of those for myself to fish with this year. This would be a good box for a Brian's B to live in. Jerk. What is this, dude? I didn't even realize I had this stuff. What is? Where did I get this stuff? I'm not even a jerk baiter. Bevy shad. I could have caught him on that yesterday. Should have had that in the box. That's one thing I can say I do need that I don't have that I could have probably gotten my ass kicked with yesterday. Is a little jerk bait. What is this? 2002 Megabass X80 Trick Darter. Could have probably caught him on that one. What is this? Vision 110 Silent Riser. Where does this shit come from? Here's a 110. Some holographic looking one. Don't know if that's good. Don't throw them. What is this one? This one was my first 110 I ever owned. I got it from a dude, and the only reason I got it was he sent me a bait that I ordered. Actually, I think he forgot to ship me something. And he was like, my bad, dude, I forgot. I'll send you another bait as an I'm sorry. But okay. So he sent me another bait, and that other bait he sent me was that 110. Here's another trick darter in this weird oil slick pattern. Doesn't really chub me up, and it doesn't have down looking eyes. It's got regular eyes. Don't like it. What's wrong with a good old Pointer 100? Or whatever the number, or Pointer 90, 100, Pointer SP. What's wrong with these anymore? You never hear people talking about pointers. I must have done decently good on this one. It's missing a hook. It's only got a 2-pack up front. Not much rash. All the scales are intact. Unpopular opinion, though. I might get some flack for this. The shittiest color that Lucky Craft makes, is American Shad. It is the most awesome color they make, but also the least catchy for me. I used to buy 1.5s in this, 1.5 DDs, jerk baits. I had American Shad everything, and I never caught shit on them. They looked too good. But I have talked to people that's like, oh, dude, that's my favorite color. I never worked for me. There you go, bevy shed, barely used. Huh. I don't know where my other ones are. Better off. Lucky Craft American Shed is fish repellent. That's what I feel like, honestly. Duo 100. I don't know which one I'm getting. Let's see which one. This is the 100 DR. Not that I need this damn thing for anything. Perry's. We got lots of Perry's crankbaits in here. What is this one? It's a Jackal? Squad minnow. Yeah. I must have bought a jerk bait lot from somebody. I don't even jerk. But I guess I had plans to. Silent Riser going for $80 on eBay. I will 100% sell this bait for $80. I'll list it for 100. If I get 80, there we go. Megabass makes a 110 silent slow float that's pretty much the same at a quarter of the cost. Well, if somebody wants the real deal, there it is. Pretty good color too. It's a beautiful bait. I will certainly put this on somebody. Let me see. Let's look. Vision 110 Silent Riser. Let's see what we got going on here. There's one for $50 out of Japan. 52.74. Ooh, there's my color. Abalone Limited, $74.95. I think that's my color. Yeah, it certainly is. AB Pro Blue, Abalone Pro Blue. That's this color. Okay. Let's go to filter. The Truth Serum sold. Here's one that took a best offer off of $44. Here's one that took a best offer off of $34. And here is two that sold best offer less than 100. So let's see. Yeah, the pointers always caught them real good for me when I did things like that. But then again, when I look back on my jerk bait, if I ever caught them on a jerk bait, it was usually a different one. Like I don't have like one jerk bait I'm married to. Like I've caught the shit out of them on the Thunderstick, a Rogue, pointer. Like I think when the fish get on a jerk bait down here, like it doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? You just need something in that column that's like zipping around back and forth. There you go. Blue herring lake guys for low cost 80 to 100 if you want 3 easy payments of 39 exactly. Three easy payments of $40 and you can have this, or one easy payment of 100. It does have an abalone insert. I didn't realize that. How about that? That's beautiful. It's got a little bitty hook pointer. Nice looking plug. Too nice for me. Too nice for me. But all right, dudes, I got to get to cleaning and working. Y'all be good. I'm gonna get off of here and list all my slow riser megabasses so I can retire. Y'all be good. Talk to you tomorrow.